Kirk R. McFarlane, Royal Roosevelt Designs, Contra Messi Falcon of Capoeira Malay's aspiring chef to be, which is me, man. Today we got a mini throwdown in the kitchen. Today we got something special for you. We are making jerk sauce, baby. Yes, I know you can go to the store and purchase the sauce, but sometimes the store-bought stuff has so much sodium, so much salt. So why not just make it at home? That way you know exactly what's going into your sauce. I got a few tips that I'm gonna show you that's gonna bring your sauce level from here up to here. Stay tuned, let's get into the suspects. All right, so before we get into the sauce, I'm gonna show you a few tips that I use to bring your sauce from here up to here. And really, it's about using fresh produce. Now, if you can get your hands on fresh stuff, great. If you can't, it's not a problem. It'll still taste great. Before we get into making this amazing jerk sauce, there's a few utensils that you're gonna be needing to make this optimal jerk sauce, man. You're gonna need a microplane, a scale, and a trusty blender. I'm gonna be using my Ninja today to get everything inside there and blend it up, man. This stuff is going to be fire. First things first, you definitely wanna try and get your hands on fresh produce. This is going to bring your sauce to the most optimum flavor. We're gonna be going in with some fresh parsley, some fresh thyme, fresh cilantro, and this right here, that is nutmeg, and this is why you need this microplane. You don't have to, if you don't have a microplane and fresh nutmeg like this, don't worry, you could use the powdered nutmeg as well. We're gonna roast off a garlic here. The reason why I like to roast my garlic is because it brings out the aromatics so much more than just using it raw. All you really need to do is put a little bit of olive oil on top, put a little sprinkle of salt, cover it up in foil, put it in the oven for 20 minutes at 400, and this is going to boost your flavor. This right here is allspice. That is whole allspice. You can hopefully get that at your local grocery store, West Indian store, or maybe even in the Asian store. You might be able to find that allspice. If you can't find it, don't worry. The allspice, the ground allspice that you can find at your local grocery store will do just well. I find that when I blend this up or grind this up, the flavors release so much more potent. So what I do is put this in the blender, blend it as fine as possible, and then I sift it, and then with that ground, I'm gonna use that ground to put inside my sauce. So there you go, I got about a tablespoon of allspice inside my blender here. Just gonna put the top on, blend it up as fine as possible, and then I'm gonna sift it. Let's get it going. Oh yeah. So here, you got your nutmeg, your microplane, and you just gotta grate it. Just like that, real simple, easy. You need 1 teaspoon of ground nutmeg here. Pretty much that's it, as my mom would say, grate the nutmeg, and that's all you really need. We got our garlic out of the oven. It's still pretty hot. Look at that, busting out the seams. Look at the roast on that. Look at the oils that are gonna come out. Look at the oil there. Come on now. That is gonna add so much more flavor to your sauce. Okay, let's get into the wet ingredients. We have half a cup of apple cider vinegar. Then we're going to be moving into 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. As we come down into 1/4 cup of gluten-free reduced salt soya sauce. And we finish off with 2 tablespoons of freshly squeezed lime juice. All right, so let's get into our herbs here. We have 1 tablespoon of parsley, 1 tablespoon of cilantro, 2 tablespoons of fresh thyme, 3 tablespoons of minced ginger. Oh my gosh, that is so fresh. We have 100 grams of green onions. We got 50 grams of minced shallots, and we got 1 head of our roasted garlic. But the star of the show, woo wee! Look pon them, look pretty though, man. G's and peas. Scotch bonnet pepper. We're gonna be going in with 4 Scotch bonnet peppers for this sauce. Trust me, the spices that are gonna come together with the sauce, it's not gonna be as hot as you think. All right, so let's get into our spices. We got 1.5 teaspoon of smoked paprika, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1.5 teaspoons of ground nutmeg, our fresh nutmeg that we used our microplane. We got 2 tablespoons of cane sugar or brown sugar. We got 1 teaspoon of that allspice, and we got 1 teaspoon of onion powder and 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. Now let's get all this stuff into the blender and let's make this sauce. All right, so we got all the ingredients inside our trusty little blender here. I'm gonna use a bullet to blend this stuff up. Now, a situation here is that you don't want to over blend your sauce because you're making sauce. Your sauce needs to have a little bit of texture. You're not making juice. You're not making juice to drink. You're making a sauce. So you kind of just wanna like be gentle with it. Give it a couple of, you know, and watch it as you blend. You don't wanna over blend it because it's just gonna be, it's not gonna have any texture. It's not gonna hold on your chicken or whatever you're going to jerk. So a couple of blends, take a look, try it, taste it, see if the consistency is to your liking. So that's where we're at right now. I'm going to blend it a few more times. Oh my God, that smells amazing. Okay, so there is our jerk sauce, how it came out. Looks pretty good, but I want mine to be a little bit darker, so I'm gonna go in there with half a teaspoon of browning. Half a teaspoon. Yeah, just like that. Mix this in here. Look at that sauce. Come on now. Come on, Cletus. Look at that. Look at that jerk. Come on now. That is fresh jerk sauce ready for you to jerk whatever you want to jerk, man. And that's it. Boom, jerk sauce. Put it inside a glass jar. You first make the sauce, everything is so fresh. All the vegetables and herbs have just been ground up, so it hasn't really had time to marinate. So I like to use my sauce the day after I make it. You can preserve this for about 2 weeks because you got lime and you got vinegar in there. It's gonna help with the preservation. Now, I put mine in the fridge for 1 day and then I'll use it to marinate my chicken or my shrimp or whatever I'm gonna do. Reason being is because when you first make the sauce, it's so fresh, so all the vegetables haven't had time to combine together. This way, overnight, it gives it time for it to marinate, and that jerk sauce is just potent and beautiful. Appreciate you guys for being here till the end, man. Make sure you make the jerk sauce. Let me know how the jerk sauce came out. Tag me in the bottom. I want to see some pictures. I want to see some action down there. I want to see how your jerk sauce came out. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know down at the bottom. Make a comment. Please let me know. I'm Kirk R. McFarlane, Royal Roosevelt Designs. Don't forget to smash the like button and definitely subscribe. We got lots more to talk about. We're going to be talking about food. We're going to be talking about fragrances, and we're definitely going to be talking about fitness. Stay tuned, guys.